So we're going to be making our own honey butter for our chicken and waffles. We're going to start with 1 quart of heavy whipping cream. You want this to be room temperature because if it is cold, then it will not churn right. It'll just get like clumpy. And you also want honey and salt. So first, you want to put the whipping cream into the mixture. We're using a mixer because we don't have time to churn it by hand. That's a lot of work, but if you want to, be my guest. You want to put a rag around it so that it doesn't spray everywhere, and that's also the reason you don't want to start it up super fast, or else it will spray everywhere. So we're just gonna slowly pick it up. So while this turns into butter, we're going to get started on the wet mix and the dry mix for the chicken tenders. So while we're making the wet and dry mix, now would be a good time to turn on your vegetable oil.
So today we have the cornmeal, corn flour, and salt and pepper as our dry ingredients. We're all going to put them all into one big bowl. And we're going to be mixing this until it seems not smooth, but not smooth, so it's all incorporated into one mixture.
So we're keeping an eye on this because once it turns from whipped cream to butter, it goes really fast. So you can see it's sort of soft peaks right now, but when it gets to stiff peaks, you want to keep an eye on it. When the butter is churned, you want to take it out of the buttermilk and put it into a different container, and then you want to rinse it in cold water so that it's not sour, because the buttermilk is sour.
Don't forget, add your honey and salt into the butter mixture.
So we're using the leftover buttermilk from making the butter with some heavy cream, and we're just going to strain it so that it doesn't have any butter in there. In the buttermilk, you want to add salt and pepper before you put the chicken in, just so that it gives it a little bit more flavor. Just marinating the chicken in the buttermilk. And if you want it to be even better, you want to do this before, like the day before, and leave it overnight. Now we're just breading the chicken. We're going to take it from the buttermilk, put it in the dry mix we made earlier, and make sure to really coat it. And for the chicken, now that the oil is hot enough and our chicken is breaded, we're going to start frying them. You just want to flip them throughout however you see fit. And once it reaches 155, you want to take them out because they will continue to cook until they are 165, once they're out of the oil. You want to just let them sit until you put them on the waffles. For the tea, you want to start with sugar. We use 1.33 cups because it's going to be southern tea, and the boiling water. And then you add, we have 2 jumbo tea bags, but if you have little ones, just add 4 little tea bags. These are Lipton black tea bags, whatever black tea you like. And then when it gets dark enough, you want to add the cold water to it so that it makes tea. And then ice if you want.